investment, but the price they're asking is definitely not unreasonable for, it's all of it right there. Like, you don't actually have to go out and assemble the pieces. They did it for you, and, these are cards that are, they're history. They're part of the game, They're never, how many Beta Lotuses are there around? How many even, like, close to that grade Beta Lotuses are there?
Right. Like, not very many. I mean, I don't know what the entire print run of Beta is, but I know it's not very large.
I seem to remember that the Alpha Beta print run only added about 4,000 power or something. Like, it's only in the realm of around 4,000 to 6,000 copies of each power. And that's assuming, sometimes someone gets, they get it lost in a fire, gets lost in a flood, someone plays it and it just like creases in half. Yeah.
Rips it up because you got angry back in the day, right? It looks like we moved to another match here.
It's Chris VanMeter versus Megan Schultheis. I am going to butcher that last name, I guarantee it.
So we'll have the deck list for these players in a second. Chris VanMeter, Star City Games grinder on your left. Excited to see what he brought to the table. He's been working with Jerry, Drew, AJ, those guys. So I'm curious to see what options he has.
We'll have to see because Drew was on Pyromancers.
Yeah.
AJ was on unappropriate mono red.
Yeah, AJ's slinging the red spells this time around.
Yeah. Looks like they're shuffling up between games here.
Yep. So we'll get a game count here in a second.
It's game 3. It looks like
heading to game 3. So looks like Chris and Megan have each picked up a game. And see what archetypes are playing here in a second. All kinds of interesting decks being thrown around. It's really nice because I've been to so many of the opens doing commentary, and literally just 7 rounds of just Cobblade mirror matches. Yeah. And it's like you're just watching the same thing on repeat. Now we have something new, and it's exciting. It's like Legacy again. Every round there's something new to watch, which is really cool.
And as a player, it's always really interesting. Like, you can go into an event where it's just all Cobblade, and you know all the motions, you go through all the motions, you know every play, every round. This event, like, they play a card, you pick it up, you're like, wait, what do my cards even do against this? Like, what else do they have? Where am I going in this game? I think at first that these really linear aggressive decks are going to do really well because...
You saw that, right? Just time out the top.
So...
Yeah, these aggressive decks are going to be favored because, you're the one asking the questions. And it looks like Chris took game 2, so Megan's going to be on the play this game.
All right, so Megan on the play. Here are the deck lists. We'll have them for you in a second now. Let's see what archetypes these players are playing.
Okay. It looks like Chris is on mono red along with AJ.
And Megan is running the Splinter Twin combo deck.
Nice. I like that deck.
With the main deck Wormcoil engine. And Shrine of Piercing Vision, which is a nice card we haven't seen a lot of lately.
No, that's something that people talked about a lot as soon as... once they banned Jace, they're like, oh, we should go to Shrine, and then it just kind of fell off as people heard about Ponder and didn't really come back in.
Yeah. No Ponders in our list.
Ponders, yeah.
Interesting, another neat card in her sideboard, Mutagenic Growth. So when you go for the X-Arc deck, I'll dismember it, actually Mutagenic
Growth. That? Actually, you won't.
Yeah. Doesn't work out the way you want it to.
Chris's deck looks like it has 24 lands. He's got a couple of Tectonic Edges that you don't usually see. Other than that, pretty standard stuff, Call Through the Hammer, Stagger Shock, 4 Searing Blaze, 4 Incinerate, which is the addition that people don't talk too much about from M12, but I think that one might be almost more important than Grim. A lot of the problems with the previous red decks were just like you had to play these bad cards. Like, Arc Trail doesn't actually do that much damage, and you always had random creatures like Kiln Fiend and stuff. And Grim Lavamancer is a whole new angle, but just having this critical mass of good burn spells means that you have the ability to work with the other cards.
All right, so it looks like we're off to the races here. Megan leads on an island.
Chris probably has his Torpor Orbs in from the sideboard.
Yeah, Torpor Orb, that's certainly an interesting card in this format. Players are both going to be playing briskly. There's only about 12 or 15 minutes left in the round, so want to be able to finish their match in time. Even though you're playing Mono Red, Pyromancer, and Splinter Twin, the games can still take a little bit, especially with like Lavamancer.
Chris has a turn 1 Goblin Guide after Megan leads on nothing. Megan reveals a Deceiver Exarch to the Goblin Guide trigger.
All right, well, Exarch is certainly a beating. Yeah. The 1/4, 4 toughness is so much toughness.
It really is. None of the burn spells in Chris's deck actually deal with it. I mean, except for Shrine of Burning Rage, but that's, that needs a couple of turns to get going, and, you're wasting your best burn spell on it, and Megan has these Into the Royals that can target it to keep it off of 4.
Oh, yeah,
so, unless you have a Lavamancer in play, it's going to take 2 spells to kill that Deceiver Exarch. So, Chris has another Goblin Guide.
So Guide Serve in for 4. Megan's going to reveal her top card here. Looks like a Mountain into Megan's hands, followed by another Exarch. Oh my. So Megan's going to take 4, but the pair of Exarchs will be able to gum up the board quite a bit and start pulling the game in her favor. Plus, if she has Splinter Twin, she could just easily win.
Yeah. Does not look like she into the Royals a Goblin Guide.
Okay, and that's fine. Just wants to buy a little bit of time.
You know, 1 mana, 2 damage, worth saving.
Yep, especially if Megan's plans for the next couple turns are Exarch.
Yeah.
You want to just, use that Royal now.
Each of those Exarchs, even if the first one dies, they're both going to stop both Goblin Guides. Block one, tap the other.
Right. And she can even tap one of Chris's lands, potentially, with the Exarch she's going to play next turn now. And set him back a drop, and always got in his hand. I think, is that a Koth?
That's a Koth. There's a few lands. I think he's debating whether to go for the Lavamancer or the Goblin Guide right now, is what it looks like. On one hand, Lavamancer gives you this sort of, mid-game control of maybe them getting a Deceiver Exarch up. Yep.
I like Lavamancer here because if she goes block with Deceiver Exarch, then you could potentially kill the Exarch off. Yeah. Plus, Goblin Guide has haste.
Yeah.
So you can always jam it down next turn.
Yeah.
So here's line number 3 for Megan. And she passes back to Chris.
Chris draws, I believe that's a Torpor Orb.
Torpor Orb, yeah. Alright, so now Chris's board is Guide, Lavamancer, 3 lands, sitting with Torpor Orb in his hand along with the Goblin Guide. Megan, we know, has double Deceiver Exarch. I don't see Splinter Twin in her hand, though.
Maybe that's a Shrine of Burning Rage, actually. Some artifact.
Could be Shrine of Burning Rage.
It's probably a little bit better for her.
There's a Goblin Guide.
Chris is going to get in there with everybody.
All right, so Megan does not play any combat effects. And Chris serves in with the Lavamancer. So do you think we're going to see Megan flash down Exarch, tap? Oh, no. Doesn't look like it.
It looks like she's going to tap down a land, probably?
Yeah.
No?
Well, it's possible she just has Splinter Twin, in which case she's going to wait to see if...
She does.
So she's just going to wait to see if Chris plays anything, then tap down his other land and kill him.
No. Oh.
So that's not an option.
I think...
So now she has to play around Dismember. I don't think Chris has it, though.
Maybe she knows about Torpor Orb and she's mid-combating this? Are we sure what phase it is right now? It could just be a no blocks mid-combat, tap you on your land so that, can't not block this, you can't lightning bolt it. Tap down your land, you have to have the Dismember or you're dead.
I thought that she took the damage, but maybe not.
But you can do it at end of combat, sure.
Chris does have Dismember in his hand, I'm pretty sure.
We'll have to see as he flips through again.
I think I saw a black card sitting on the top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
that might be the Koth, though.
Could be the Koth.
We'll see what happens.
And
nope, it's a Dismember.
Yeah. And that Dismember is going to play a crucial part in this game. All right, Chris does not do anything. Just passes to Megan. Taps down Chris's lands. Megan untaps. Let's see what she chooses to do. If she goes for the Splinter Twin...
Looks like she revealed a preordain last turn, so...
Okay. Not too much information there. So now, do you think you go for it here? Or do you think you just try and control the game a little more? You have another Exarch in your hand, so you can buy some time.
I don't know. Chris has a lot of cards. She's just going to go for it.
She's going to go for it, and there's the Dismember.
Yeah.
10 minutes left of the round. That is 10 minutes left of the round.
I think you have to go for it there. It's not like things are really getting better for you going deeper. Like, you can't really block because of the Grim Lavamancer.
Right.
You can't really, unless you're building towards a Wormcoil engine, you're not really going to get somewhere.
I mean, you could buy another turn by going tap the Grim Lavamancer with the Exarch, like double block a Goblin Guide or block on Goblin Guides. But I mean, then you're just giving him another draw step to play a Torpor Orb or something. Once again, we also don't know if she saw the Torpor Orbs in the second game.
I don't really know what Chris is thinking about. She's at 9, and that's a lethal Koth, it looks like.
Yeah, that should be it. 4-4 from Koth, 4 from Guide, 1 from Lavamancer. That's 9. And reveals her top card. Reveals her top card again. Unless we have the life totals wrong, that should be it.
Let's count. That was... She might. No, she goes tracking back the life totals. I think she's at 2.
Oh, she's at 2? Okay.
Yeah, because she's taken. There might just be an extra goblin got hit in there from when it got into the world. That's probably what it is.
So it looks like she drew Pyroclasm, which is a nice one to have. Does she have a way to deal with the Koth, though?
I don't think that really. Yes, she does. She Pyroclasms and then Deceiver Exarchs.
If she has a 5th land.
She drew Sculpting Tarns though. We know she has those.
Oh, well, there we go. So she might be able to buy a turn here.
Buy a turn, maybe go off once more.
All right, well, there's the Pyroclasm she needed.
Oh,
clears Chris's board. Deals with that Grim Lavamancer.
And it looks like Chris's hand is just Burning Rage in a mountain, so. And I think that's another mountain.
All right, let's see.
She still has that Preordain. Maybe she'll get there, maybe she won't.
All right, so looks like is that Torpor Orb or Shrine of Burning Rage?
Shrine.
It is Shrine?
Yeah.
All right, so there's a Shrine from Chris VanMeter. And now he's just gripping 2 mountains.
Yep.
Sure, he's going to go untap with Koth, right?
Untap a land with Koth, attack, but it's going to get tapped down with Exarch.
Right. And then if Megan finds a Splinter Twin...
She doesn't even need a Splinter Twin necessarily.
I mean,
no, Koth goes ultimate, yeah.
When Koth goes ultimate, also that Shrine.
Well, no, the Deceiver Exarch can hit it for 1. She can get to Wormcoil next turn, and if she doesn't have a fetch, like she doesn't have to play a fetch line, she can go to 1. The Shrine will be at 1. Chris can brick again, but Splinter Twin's the easier and cooler way to do it, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, there's the Exarch to tap down the mountain.
Does she have it already? Maybe she has it already. I can't really see.
Let's see.
Doesn't look like it.
All right, looks like we're going to have to go preordaining. Let's see if we find it. And she doesn't have Ponder, so she has less cards she can dig with. Let's see if it's there.
Not in the top 2.
All right, is she shipping them?
Yep.
All right, drawing a fresh one.
It's a spell.
All right, now that's a good one to draw.
That is a good one to draw. She still needs. She's not in the worst shape, but she still needs to do a little bit to get there, and Chris still needs to not draw something this turn.
She has to serve at Koth, right?
Yeah, has to. Otherwise, she is.
Otherwise, it just lights out with his ultimate.
She does not.
So unless she's got it into the Royal.
That doesn't even do it, does it? Not at this point. And I think Chris drew a Chandra's Phoenix, which, yeah, if she attacked Koth, I think she'd have another turn.
Well, if he drew Chandra's Phoenix...
She has Mana Leak in hand.
And she has a Mana Leak?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the ultimate. Take 1.
Take 1. That looks like it. I mean, even if she has another turn, it's still, you know... Still has to have, 1 turn to hit that Splinter Twin, otherwise she dies to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll pull up her top card here. Probably not.
No. She did. It was a Scalding Tarn.
Okay.
Was dead anyways.
All right. Well, close match. Looked for a second like Megan might have it.
Yeah.
But Chris managed to take it down. And Chris advances to 2-0. Megan dropping to 1-1. We'll check back in with both these players later in the day and see how they finish. Who do you think has a favor in this matchup in general?
It seems really close. I've tested it a little. I don't know if the Torpor Orbs might push it in the red deck's edge a little, but the Wormcoil engines are a big bonus.
Yeah, I mean the 2 Wormcoil engines in Megan's deck certainly hinder the red deck significantly.
Yeah.
There's just no good way to deal with them outside of active aggression.
Yeah, I guess Chris does board that in, but even when you active aggression that guy, it's not necessarily the best. You hit them for 6 maybe if they don't have a blocker, and then they get it back, and if they don't die then, you're probably dead really soon.
Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, when you active aggression in a Wormcoil engine, hopefully they're dead. But if they're not, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right, we're back in the booth. I'm Gavin Verham here with Ari Lax. We're through 2 rounds here at the Star City Games Open Series here in Cincinnati.
Yep.
We've seen 3 matches already, though, and we've seen 6 different decks.
Yes, we have seen 6 individual archetypes.
It's so wonderful. So wonderful.
It's such a change. And the closest to archetypes